This event today will awaken your soul. Therefore, I request you to watch the entire event until the very end. A poor farmer had a cow that gave birth to a human baby. This incident created a commotion in the village, and many journalists arrived. The story went viral on the internet, and the farmer was asked some questions about the cow. The responses he gave were so shocking that when you hear them, your eyes will widen and your soul will tremble. So, to know this wonderful story, make sure to watch the video till the very end without skipping. Let's begin. In a small green village in Pakistan, where most of the people were Muslim, lived a farmer named Nasiruddin. He had a wife and a son. Nasiruddin was the guardian of this small family. He had a small cow, which he had bought with money saved over time from a market. Friends, do not skip the video, watch it all the way through, and please write beautiful in the comments and give the video a like. Those who haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel now. The target for this video is 10,000 likes, so please give it a like. Let's begin. Nasiruddin had a wish that when this cow would give birth to a calf, his sorrows would be lessened. He planned to sell the milk of the cow, and when the calf grew, sell it as well. With the profits, he thought he could buy a few more cows and gradually build a large farm. He had many dreams, hopes, and desires in his heart, and a lot of patience. I mention patience because Nasiruddin had been raising this cow for so long, and it had grown quite large, but it had never given birth to a calf. The villagers often criticized Nasiruddin, saying, "Why are you keeping this cow for so many years without it giving birth? Why don't you sell it and buy another one?" Some even joked, "Have you married the cow? Is it your wife? Why else would you refuse to sell it?" Nasiruddin was hurt by these words, but endured them quietly. People would talk, but he knew in his heart that this cow was special to him. He believed that one day it would give birth to a calf, and then everyone would see. Some villagers even said, "This cow is barren and can never give birth. You've been feeding it so much, it's just fat now." But Nasiruddin ignored all these remarks. One day, while sitting with his wife on the porch, she asked, "Doesn't it hurt when people say such bad things about you? Why don't you sell the cow?" Nasiruddin replied, "People will always talk, no matter what. If things go well, they'll praise. If things go bad, they'll criticize. But what can we do about it? You know how much I love this cow. Why would I sell it? I've raised it since it was small, and it understands me. I can't just sell it." His wife, teasing him, said, "It sounds like the cow is more dear to you than me." Nasiruddin was surprised and hurt by this comparison. He couldn't understand why people would compare his wife to the cow. Feeling upset, he went out to the fields, cut some grass, and sat there, thinking about why the villagers made these comparisons. But he still loved the cow deeply. While cutting the grass, he decided that he would sell the cow soon, to show everyone that he could part with it. But as he looked at the cow, when he returned home, his heart softened. The cow looked at him and called out, "Humba humba." Nasiruddin gently caressed the cow with the grass, and the cow started eating, looking at him. He could never imagine selling this cow, and just when he had decided to sell it, his intentions changed again as soon as he returned home. Standing there, Nasiruddin reaffirmed his decision that no matter what people said, it didn't matter to him. No matter what his wife or family said, it didn't matter. He would never sell this cow. A few days later, Nasiruddin felt a wave of joy when he saw that the cow was in heat, meaning it was time to breed. He called the doctor, who inseminated the cow. After that, things continued as usual, and soon the cow's belly began to grow. Nasiruddin felt a rush of happiness. He thought, "In a few days, everyone will see how my cow gives birth to a calf, and then they will understand everything." Nasiruddin walked around the village in high spirits. One day, the time came when the cow would give birth. Nasiruddin stayed at home that morning, anxiously waiting for the calf's birth. Suddenly, he saw that the cow was giving birth, but to his astonishment, the calf did not look like a normal calf. It resembled a human baby. Nasiruddin was shocked, and news spread quickly through the village. The whole village gathered at his house, amazed by the sight. Some even recorded videos and took pictures, while others started streaming live on Facebook. At first, everything seemed fine, But then someone suddenly said, "Of course, this is a human baby. This is Nasiruddin's wife's child. How can this not be a human baby?" Nasiruddin was stunned, and when he heard this, he was horrified. He exclaimed, "What are you saying? This is all just rumors. Please don't spread these lies about me. How can something like this happen because of me?" But the rumors grew. People began to question Nasiruddin, asking why he had kept the cow for so long when it hadn't produced a calf. Why hadn't he sold the cow earlier, as the villagers had advised? Why had he continued to keep the cow when it wasn't giving birth? They now blamed him for the bizarre incident. Nasiruddin felt devastated. His wife scolded him, saying, "I knew this would happen. I have always felt that something wasn't right. I can't stay with a man like you anymore. I'm leaving." She packed her things and took their son, leaving for her parents' house. Nasiruddin was left alone, and he cried, holding the cow's neck, lamenting the turn of events. He spoke to the cow, saying, "If you hadn't given birth to a calf, it would have been better. Why did you cause such an incident? Why did you make me the subject of everyone's gossip?" But as he cried, he noticed tears flowing from the cow's eyes. His love and affection for the cow rekindled. He said, "You are just a cow, and whatever happens, let the people say whatever they want. I know I am not to blame for this. My cow knows and Almighty Allah knows. What do people's words mean in the grand scheme of things?" And with that, Nasiruddin decided to embrace whatever happened, finding solace in his deep bond with the cow, regardless of the world's judgment. What people say or don't say is not my concern. Whatever people may say, I will not sell my cow. Even if everyone calls me bad, it doesn't matter to me. My wife left because she misunderstood me, and the villagers may misunderstand me, which is natural. Anyway, he took the calf into his care and noticed that although it looked like a human baby, it was actually a calf. Its appearance was a bit human-like, but it was still a calf. 2 hours later, journalists arrived at his house. Someone had tipped them off about the incident. The journalist started talking to Nasiruddin, and he became very scared. However, he had to speak, so he began explaining everything, sharing the villagers' reactions, the harsh comments they had made before, and what had happened today. One of the journalists spoke up and said, "Nasiruddin, we will investigate this incident. We will conduct a DNA test to find out the truth of what really happened." The DNA test was conducted on the calf, and the results shocked everyone. The calf was indeed a calf, but it was deformed and had an unusual shape, which led people to mistakenly think it was a human child. The doctor who had inseminated the cow was also called in. Upon investigation, the doctor admitted, "I made a huge mistake that day when I came to inseminate the cow. I accidentally gave the cow the semen of a buffalo. I realized my mistake an hour later, but it was too late to correct it. That's why the calf was born with an unusual appearance." He sincerely apologized for his mistake. The truth came out through the journalists, and the correct news spread across the internet. The villagers, who had previously misunderstood Nasiruddin, came to apologize. They said, "Nasiruddin, you have a lot of humanity within you. You love your cow dearly, and we were wrong in making those bad comments. You are an exceptional person, and we will buy 2 more cows for you so that you can raise them and become prosperous." The villagers collected money and bought 2 healthy cows for him. The new cows were fat and fresh. Nasiruddin started receiving calves from them every year, and his disabled calf passed away after a while. But from the next year, even his beloved cow began giving birth to calves and producing plenty of milk. Nasiruddin started earning a lot of money by selling the milk from his 3 cows. The news gradually spread throughout the village, and eventually it reached his wife. Upon hearing the news, she cried and immediately returned home with her child. When she arrived, she saw Nasiruddin exactly as she had left him, alone in the house, cooking for himself and taking care of his cows. Nasiruddin felt a great deal of pain seeing his wife, but he remained silent, as the misunderstanding from the villagers was one thing, but his wife's misunderstanding hurt him the most. Then his wife came up to him, embraced his feet, and apologized, saying, "My husband, a noble person like you is my husband. I am so proud of you. I have wronged you and I apologize. I will never disobey you again. Please forgive me for the sake of Allah. Nasiruddin replied, It's okay. You have realized your mistake, and that's the greatest thing. Go home, and from today, our household will never be in want again, inshallah. I am making money from selling milk now, and Allah has blessed me with prosperity. I have been given so much, and because I was patient, I have received everything today. Whoever asks from Allah and is patient, Allah will surely grant them wealth and sustenance. Go home now, and from today, our life will be filled with blessings. And so, Nasiruddin's life changed. Friends, this was our story for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you have any feedback about the video, please let us know in the comments. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.